everyone, hope everyone's doing well. Currently almost home from school. As far as school went today, I felt good. I was sick yesterday, so I actually didn't go into school because I felt like complete garbage. My head hurt really bad and my stomach hurt. Thankfully, the stomach symptom hasn't gone away today, but it hasn't and wasn't bad enough for me to miss school. But yesterday I felt like I had some sort of fever, or I just had a really bad headache and just felt really bad throughout the day. All right, I'm going. I don't know why people always hesitate in the intersections. I don't. I accelerate. Not really, as you saw there. Just cruising on. Anywho, besides that, the day went generally well. This week's kind of different. They're doing expectation stations with students, and we are doing them as a school. And the reason for that is just to kind of get students reacclimated to being back from break, because they started, it's supposed to be on Monday, but they had a snow day on Monday, which was awesome. But our first day back was on Tuesday. And expectations are just talking about what's expected in the bathrooms and the lunchroom and different areas of the school, and just kind of like a restart for everyone on the way back. And I think it's a really good idea. And it got all kind of messed up a little bit because of the snow day on Monday. Everything got pushed back. So I think today was supposed to be a relatively normal day as far as the schedule goes, but because of that snow day, today had more of the station stuff. And I think tomorrow should be normal, although there's could be some sort of snowstorm tomorrow. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna have school tomorrow and plan on it, and try to not get my hopes up too much that the snow will come in the morning, because at least for our district, I'm guessing that for a snow day to happen, it would have to be morning snow. Like afternoon snow isn't really as relevant. It usually isn't as bad when there's snow in the afternoon. It's usually in the morning when there's no sun or anything and it's colder than it will be. But I don't know if it'll get cold enough. Well, hoping for it. As my dad said, hope for the best, expect the worst, and I'm expecting the worst wouldn't be going to school. There would be a lot worse places I'd be going to, and it'll be nice to get some work done tomorrow and get back into a relatively normal schedule for the next day. But I'm gonna wrap up this segment here. I'm gonna get some food, head off to the gym. Maybe I'll share some stuff of me eating some food, but it really isn't too exciting. I don't know how often I'll do these vlog type videos. For a while I was doing some of this talk about school and stuff on my podcast, but I think I'll just record it on here and throw it on my workout videos and give you all more context about my life, since, believe it or not, I don't just lift. I know many of you who follow me on a regular basis know that I'm a teacher, but I don't think I talk about it too much, and I don't really want to talk about it too much as far as the nitty-gritty and the details of it. But as far as like general things and kind of how it affects me, I think that's fine to talk about. One reason not to talk about the nitty-gritty is, one, legality reasons. Obviously, I don't want to get into like specifics about students, but I also don't like to just dwell on things. I kind of like having that disconnect between my school time and my time at home, and just making those as separate as possible. It's not always possible. Like, I brought a little bit of schoolwork home with me, and I might not do any of it. I might just go into school early tomorrow. That's kind of how I get around it. I don't think about it at all, and I just go into school extra early and try to get that work done, and try to be as productive as I can with the time that I got after school and during school, and try to separate those times as much as possible, because at least I find that allows my stress level to be at a more even keel level. And yeah, so that being said, I'll talk to you all in the next segment, or maybe you'll just see me lifting weights, but either way, I'll talk to you all later. Peace. Hey everyone, just got done with my workout, and it went well. I was more conservative. I didn't do the full workout that I had planned. I had some squats that I had scheduled, but I didn't feel like doing them because I was sick yesterday, and I just was kind of tired at the end. I was like, you know what, I probably could do the squats, but I'm going to be very fatigued after. And my workouts for the rest of the week, because I missed a day, the day that I wanted to lift, then everything's going to be more condensed. So I'm like, it's just not worth it because I'm going to squat later. And I just didn't want to combine things that were going to be combined. I may actually squat tomorrow because I had, today was supposed to be 75% for a 3x2. And then the next workout, which was supposed to be with the day off, was like 85% for 4 sets in 1. So I may just do that tomorrow. I think that'd be more reasonable, especially if I do it first. I did my weightlifting movements first today, which I just wanted to snatch first because the racks are being used and I didn't feel like waiting. So it is what it is. But you know, the workout went well as far as my lifts went. I felt really strong, which is nice. My snatches felt really good, kind of. My heavier sets were kind of all messed up. Apologize, let me start my car because I'm actually following Justin back so I can park behind him because I leave before him in the morning. Hopefully there is a snow day tomorrow and I don't have to worry about that, but we'll have to wait to see if that's going to happen. I'm actually going to flip this light off, so you just have to deal with me being in the dark because it's weird to drive with that light on. Anywho, so I'm doing these snatches. It's going well. I'm doing a pull, a snatch, and a snatch balance. Complexes are going well. I hit a PR of 205, which I had a previous video on Instagram where I failed that. Very happy I was able to do it. It's a very difficult set. I walked it forward because I was a bit early, which is fine. You know, I'm used to being early on snatches. I'm trying to get better at it. My shoulders aren't as strong as I would like them to be, and the pull takes some out of me. So I was happy to be able to do that, especially since I had failed it the previous time I had tried to do that kind of complex. And I think it was the same exact complex before. But anywho, so I did the 205, and it was a difficult snatch balance for the third part of that complex. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna move up to 215, but I'm only gonna do a snatch. I'm setting up to do this snatch. These two idiots, and they're idiots for two reasons. One, they watched my previous set where I walked the weight forward. Now with 195 and 205, I took several steps forward on the snatch when I caught it, because with the 195 I was early and pitched forward. With the 205, I actually caught it and I was in the bottom, and then my weight shifted forward as I started to stand up, and I think it's just from a shoulder stability standpoint, my shoulders made my whole body kind of go forward, so I ended up walking that forward. And when that happened, walked a couple steps forward. Not a problem, because I'm not walking 30 steps forward into the squat rack. There's only so much space for me to be able to walk in that back space. But with both ones, I walked it forward and actually walked it back, which I'm actually very happy that I was able to do and, you know, hold it up there for that time. So my shoulders are getting strong, which is a huge positive. And both times I walked it back, reset on my shoulders, and did the snatch balance, and was able to do that with 195 and 205, which I'm really happy with. But when I did the 205 or 195, whichever one I did, because they were very similar reps as far as me walking forward with them, the guys that ended up setting up in front of me watched me do that set. Now, I don't expect to have the world catered to my lifting. I'm not that important. But man, I'm moving up to 215, and the guy was like less than 3 feet in front of me. And even if I have a really good snatch, there's a chance I may walk a little bit forward, or I might drop the weight a little bit forward. He was close enough to where even if I had done a perfect snatch and dropped it forward, he may have got hit by the bar. He was really freaking close. Close enough where I had to ask him to move over. And to their credit, they were fine. They weren't, you know, difficult about it. They moved over. But then as soon as I set up, so I'm getting there, I would think I'm noticeably hyped up. I don't know. I don't, worry about my body language when I'm getting ready for a big lift. But 215 is very close to my best snatch ever of 220. So I'm very focused, very motivated to get this lift, because all the previous reps before that, I would have been very happy to hit that lift and then move on with my life. Get ready. I get down, put the straps on, and then I pop up, because I start kind of like that dynamic start where I start with my leg extended, and then I squat down and then pick it up. I get up right before I'm gonna go. Those two guys just walk in front of me, and I would say that I should have been mentally tough enough and just did the lift, but with the timing of it, it's not so much people are in front of me. I don't care if someone's like 5 feet in front of me and they're out of the way, out of danger, but they were so close to where if I had done the lift at that time, they could have got hit with the bar, with the plates on the side, or if I would have walked forward at all, they would have surely been hit in some sort of way, and it would have been some sort of catastrophe or something very near. So I had to wait a second. I restart, sat down. I even said to myself mentally, it's like, let's get it focused. Don't let them take this from you. Then I got the weight up, and it was just early, and it wasn't that bad of a rep, but I knew I would have been able to get under it and at least put a good attempt in it, and I was just beside myself. And I said I don't know if I said some vulgar words after, but I was very upset. I complained about something with why I even talk, because I asked them not to be in front of me, and I even gestured because they weren't very good at English, and they spoke Spanish or something. I guess I don't know if they spoke Spanish, otherwise I would have spoke Spanish and said like, no enfrente de mi cuerpo, or something to that effect, to tell them not to be enfrente de mi, because I could walk it forward or whatever. They weren't observant. They weren't very intelligent with that. So they walked in front before I started to do the lift, which whatever messed me up on that lift. And I'm not good enough at this point to lift very near to my max. 215 divided by 220, whatever that percentage is what my max is, or what percentage I was lifting of that. A very high percentage, and a lift I failed I failed 215 quite a bit. It's not as if it's a guaranteed lift for me. Now, if this had been 165, 175, lightweight, that's manageable for me, even as much as 185, would have been annoying. I would have had to restart, but I think I would have been fine to do the lift. I'm doing 95% plus, even a weightlifting movement, when you work at high percentages on a more frequent basis, is enough to mess me up. So I get very annoyed, because that's happened a couple times. The one time a person walked in front of my camera, which is totally on me, that I missed the lift then because I got unfocused because I saw them walk in front of the camera. Someone walks in front of the camera, it's annoying, it ruins the video, but that shouldn't mess me up. Now, someone literally in front of my body, where I'm standing, where I'm looking, that is enough to mess me up. And it's not like I was here and 8 feet in front of me, they got on the squat rack. That's fine. People do that all the time. It's not the fact that there's people in my line of vision. I can never expect to have that clear. But like 4 or 5 feet in front of me, I kind of need that. because if I'm failing a lift, I'm coming forward, and I'm coming forward with not extremely light amount of weight. It's enough weight, even if it was just like 135. It's enough weight where if the bar hits you, it's gonna put some damage on you. So I had these idiots do that, and I missed that rep. I'll take the blame for not being able to refocus on that, not being able to be as mentally tough as I would like to be. And that's something I would like to be better. I would have been very happy if I would have been able to hit that lift. But it is what it is. So I missed that lift. Then I went back and I tried to do 215 again. The second attempt was a lot better. I was able to get under it, and I was able to stabilize it for the most part. But my shoulders just felt very fatigued at that point. And I started kind of twisting around at the bottom, and I just dropped it because I knew as soon as I would have started to come up, it would have just popped forward. It was just, my shoulders weren't strong enough at that point, which that just tells me I just got to keep getting stronger, get my shoulders stronger, and I'll be able to do it because I was able to get under it in a fatigued state. And after doing the complexes before and after failing the 215 before, so I definitely have the 215 in me. I'm not worried about that. I was actually very happy about the second attempt because I was able, like I said, to get under it and stabilize it for the most part. Just wasn't able to get it tight enough and have strong enough shoulders to be able to stand up with it. That is what it is. And I mean, that stuff like that, it's always like little things like that, but it's part of like that common courtesy that you just don't walk in front of people when they're, especially weightlifting movements. I don't think people are have a general awareness, at least at my gym, and I think probably in a lot of commercial type gyms, of the risk of doing an Olympic weightlifting movement and the focus and the technique that it takes to do it. Not that people should be like all impressed or anything of that sort, but they should realize that I have to be pretty freaking focused because I'm not very good at these lifts, and I have to be really focused to have any chance of doing any sort of heavyish weight. And I don't have strong shoulders. I have all these things working against me, and just having that another variable thrown at me is just like, it's annoying as heck to have that happen. And thankfully it's not a ton of times that happens, but it's just one of those things, and you just got to get past. But today I will focus on positive. I was really mad at my Monday workout because I just failed the deadlifts. I had no reason to fail those. But with today's workout, the 215, there's a chance I would have just missed them anyway without anyone walking in front of me. So I will say that. It's not as if like those were guaranteed makes, but I think I would have had a better chance at the first one if I didn't have the people walk in front of me. But it is what it is. I got to get more focused when that happens and be more mentally tough. And I'm going to put it on myself because there's always going to be people like that, and there's always going to be distractions around you, and you just got to be more mentally tough because you're just letting them determine your lifts. And I hate that I let that happen, but it is what it is with that. I was able to hit the 205 for that complex, which I'm very happy about, and I hope that the next time I do the complex that I'm able to do it with better form, because I don't envision myself being able to do 215 with that complex in any sort of early time or any time near now. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't envision myself being able to do that anytime soon. There we go. But I would like to be able to do it at some point, but I would like my 195 and my 205 to have a better snatch with them. The pulls were fine. The snatch balances are straightforward. It's more of a strength movement, but I would like the actual snatch to look better. I was thankfully able to get them to go forward, and the 205 was better than the 195, but I just got to get it back and trust my form a bit and not just rush it like I did. And I did a little bit, and I'll take the 100% blame on those ones for that happening. And it is what it is with that. You just got to get better the next time. And I think once I get past this powerlifting meet and I focus on snatching a lot more, my technique will be able to continue to improve, which I honestly think I'm happy with how much it has improved. And I'll be able to just continue to move it to the next level, because I really think, Justin pointed out something which I have been noticing a lot, and ironically he hadn't noticed in a while, and I didn't know it was a thing to even worry about, but my feet were landing before my snatch was finished at the top, and I guess that's not good. And I actually was noticing because he pointed it out with the lighter weights, and I was trying to fix that by waiting longer and using my legs more, and then locking it out, I guess more or less at the same time, but I was just trying to get my arms locked out sooner and not having that difference. And I did notice a difference with the lighter weights, and that's probably a reason why I was able to do the heavier weights and able to successfully lock them out and whatnot. And that's something I need to get better at in itself, and just using my legs. I'm actually weighting pretty decently with my lifts. I'm still early sometimes, and that's a problem, but the better I get at using my legs with the lifts, it's just going to make the snatch work better, and everything look better with it. And it's a work in progress, and I just got to get better at it. And at the end of the day, I should be able to do 215 on a regular basis, and I'm going to get to that point where I'm able to do that, and be able to do much more weight than that, and hopefully sooner rather than later. I just got to get stronger and get more mentally tough, and all those things will play a huge factor. After I did the snatch work, I moved on and did wow, I talked for 30 minutes. Definitely not going to be doing a voiceover for the workout clips, but anywho, I did some push presses, some no feet cleans, some push presses, and I went up to 205, where I did a triple of the push presses and then a double. I failed the third rep. I was just fried at that point. And I did the no feet cleans with all of those, and actually I was very happy with those. I did them all. They were all power cleans with those, and the push presses is pretty close. I think the most I've done is 235, if I remember now. I think I've done more than 225, and my max is slightly more than that now, so that's a huge positive. And I'm hoping that I can continue to push that up, because that would be a big strength thing that will bolt well for my jerk and help with that sort of thing. So I'm gonna hope that continues to move forward. And like I said, I didn't do the 3x2 squats. I did some planks after that were weighted with a 45-pound plate, so that was nice to get those in, because accessories is always nice to do. And hopefully I have a good workout tomorrow. I don't think I have anything that's too complicated. I think I have some bench press, and I mentioned the squats. I have to figure out how I want to split up my workout, because I have it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll probably lift in those 3 days, and I'm not going to worry about it too terribly much if I cut out some things, which I probably will have to do, but I'll just make it work with that. Apologize for rambling for so long. I guess I was just heated about the people walking in front of me and myself not being mentally tough enough to do that. Would have been a lot better story if I would have hit that lift and would have been able to complain about them and say that I successfully did that lift. And hopefully at some point I'm able to do so. And yeah, I think I'll wrap this up here. Apologize for rambling too long. Hope you're all having a great day, and hopefully people don't walk in front when you're doing high percentage lifts, because it makes it difficult to do them. Or at least hopefully you're more mentally tough than I am and able to successfully do the lifts. With that being said, I'll talk to you all later, and I hope you had a great day, or I guess it's night now, or a great night, or whatever time of day you're watching this. I hope you're having a great one. Talk to you all later. Peace. I am hyped out of my mind for the snow day. Hyped! No.